Welcome again to Mission Live. I'm the MSC Mission Office. And the mission is alive and well. And the mission is ours. I was recently looking at one of our MSC publications from many years ago, the mustard seed, written and published in 1885 as a centenary of the founding of the French mission on Yule Island. Many, many interesting stories in there. We spoke previously about some of our heroes. Well, these people were heroes. They left their place, their family, they left everything, and they went to a very, very foreign place. And they lived a hard life. And there are many stories in there which I often refer back to. A sister I worked with when I was a young priest in Papua New Guinea, Sister Simone. She was from Belgium. And she'd been in the mission about 50 years. And I'd been there about 2 years. And I was in charge of the parish. She was a great support and a great missionary. She died in a plane crash going back up to the mountains where she'd spent many, many years. So we have these great missionaries to look back on, many great stories. We have many good stories now. The mission is alive. There's missionaries out there still going on with the work. One I have contact with from time to time is Sister Rita in South Sudan. He's working hard to put in wells, getting water wells dug, drilled, and pumps and water tanks. Some marvellous things happening there. People getting water. Women are able to make a garden, put vegetables on the table, and to sell what they can. She's been out there in South Sudan for many years. I knew her in Papua New Guinea when she was running the girls' school at Yule Island. A great worker, a woman of great determination and strength, great faith, a great missionary. We can repeat many of these stories from all around the place. And you might know some people like that, not working in foreign countries, not working in other places, but perhaps down the street, around the corner, in the next suburb, doing great works. Some of our teachers in schools, giving great dedicated service. And at this time with this crisis, perhaps giving greater service, trying harder to find new ways of teaching children. Nurses risking their lives on the front line. All kinds of people who are doing great works. This is where the mission is. You don't have to be preaching the gospel as such, but to preach the gospel in our words and actions. That's where it matters. That's where it matters. Another story I'll tell of a French missionary who's in Papua. I knew him only as an old man, but they said as a young man, nobody could work with him. He was so dynamic, so fast. His name was Father Bon, Alphonse Bon. And the story goes, he told the story himself, that during the war, the Second World War, there were no new recruits coming. And he was due to go home on leave. Once every 10 years I could go home on leave. But there was no, no one coming, and shipping was not good. So he stayed and stayed. Until after the war, some new recruits came. This young priest arrived by horseback into his station up in the mountains. And Bon said, "And who are you?" And he said, "I am here. I'm Father so-and-so. I'm here to replace you." Well, Bon took his hat off, threw it up in the air, went and packed his bag and rode the same horseback down to Yule Island. And he was there until he got too sick to stay and went home and died. A monument of a man, monumental work. So the mission is alive. And the mission is alive today. And the mission is still there for us. As I've said, if there's one person out there who does not acknowledge and believe in Jesus Christ, then the mission is there. So let us go on with our mission today. Let us go on in the days for the rest of our life to be good Christians, to show the good news by our words and actions. Thanks for listening to Mission Alive. We'll see you again during the week.